Hello, my name's James. I headed up to the mountains to take a little day or two off. And while there, I ran up on this bridge made out of steel with wood top that you ride across it. So, one-way bridge. And I had to take some pictures of it, or a video, because I could hear it over the motorcycle. And this other falls right here was just right there at it. I only had to walk a few more steps and take a video from a different angle. And on my way there, you're not going to believe it, been riding all these years, and boom, I fell over. I think I was just taking the curve flat out too slow, and I ran in up at the top, and it kept rolling backwards each time I tried to get out. And I cannot spell or read this, so I just put a picture of it. This is where I went camping. And when I got there, the dirt road was so dusty, the back of my bike looked like this, and I had just had it all cleaned up before I left the house. And this is exactly where I found the camp.
There's where I'll be parked tonight, and coming up these steps to my camping pad where I can build a fire. Got a picnic table, and there's where the tent will go on that. They call that a tent pad. And someone's done left me a little bit of wood, but I can see wood all over the place. This place, I'll be so happy. Ooh, I see a big tree back there fell down. Well, let me go ahead and see if I can get this bike unpacked. Well, I'm stuck in the tent. It's pouring rain out there. So, anyhow, I'll just set it out. On radar, it looked like it was going to be a pretty fast rain over. This tent pad I'm on, the dirt's lower than the edges around it, so I'm hoping it doesn't rain very long, or it'll fill up with water inside this square pad on this dirt, and my tent will start taking in water. It's part of the camping life. I see the water's building up out there around where I'm supposed to build a fire. Well, we'll see later. Take it easy. It got pretty cold a little while ago, and so I put on an extra t-shirt and one of these long sleeve shirts, and then all of a sudden the bottom fell out, and I don't know if you can see the water drops, but it was pounding pretty hard, but it's dry in the tent, and that's why I like a tarp. You can rub the tent, you don't feel any moisture, no water comes through. The main thing is you should have a tarp under them, and I didn't. And these here places they put designated to put a tent, if the dirt's lower on the inside than the outside, if you get a super lot of rain, it wasn't enough to really do any damage, but if it had been a super lot, it would have came down this mountain, and right there in that corner, I built it ahead of time just in case, because I thought the rain might come, so that it would steer the water around and come out over here where it's lower, and also down that the other side right there going down. Tent pads, they're nice when you don't have a level spot, but they got rocks in them. It makes it hard to put stakes in them to hold them up, and it's dirt. I like putting mine on grass if I can, but there's no grass on. There's only like, well, I think I done said 3 places, and you got a outhouse. So with only 3 camps and an outhouse, it's the nicest one I've ever been in. Oh, and the rain died down. I went out and wiped all that dirt that I showed you earlier that was all over the bike from these dusty roads. So the bike's shining. It's not clean with soap and water or nothing, but I got all that dust off of it. Hey, what's so funny? This here is a long ways from my tent, but I could hear it. And what's so funny is I could hear it and it sounded like a humongous waterfall to me. There you go. There's the size of my hand. And then over down here, this is all rock I'm walking on. It's all hard slate of rock. But I guess this is what was making the most noise. And it's not that big. That's funny. Just thought I'd show you. My curiosity had me thinking I was going to find a big waterfall. It's amazing what you can hear when it's so quiet, you know, except for a few birds chirping. So anyway, thought I'd just show you what I checked out. After I got the fire started, the rain started coming down again. Right after I left from looking at the waterfalls. That wasn't really a waterfalls. And so it came down really hard and I had to go get in my tent. And it's still raining, but it's kind of slacked down some, but it might come back up again. And so I come up with this idea of taking my hatchet and peeling the bark from this tree, this log, and maybe, you know, laying it around over the top where it kind of overlaps each other. Kind of like making wood shingles on a house, and maybe the smoldering wood down there will slowly catch back up, and this will help keep the rain from putting the rest of the fire out. So the smoking's good. I mean, I want it to catch back up, but I don't want it to catch up too fast. So anyway, it was just an idea I had while I was laying in the tent. What would somebody do back in the old days? I don't have a leather skin or nothing to put over the top of it to block it or anything. So we'll see what happens.